Well, it is an incredibly exciting time for auto racing out here in San Diego as NASCAR will make its debut in 2026. And I am joined now with the #1 car of Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Ross, how exciting is it to be coming into a new market having NASCAR in San Diego?
It's amazing. We've done one street race in the past up in Chicago, and this will be our second ever time racing not on a purpose-built racetrack. We're going to be on the base here at Coronado. It's going to be a really cool moment for the sport and for our entire country, I think.
Yeah, what does it mean to you to be racing on an active naval base? First time NASCAR's ever done that. It's kind of trippy to be racing on an active naval base, isn't it?
First time ever. I've never went and saw an aircraft carrier out my passenger window racing it over, probably in the 150-mile-an-hour range, depending on how the course gets finalized. We're still working on that with the base and NASCAR, but I think for our military and Navy, it's going to be a really cool moment. I think there's going to be a lot of former people that have worked on that base that will be able to look at that race while we're racing and say on TV and say, I've been right there, I've worked right there, I've flown right there. It's going to be really cool.
And kind of to that point, for it to coincide with the 250th anniversary of the Navy, to be having it on a naval base with that all going on, what does it mean to you as a driver and the fans of your sport?
Well, I got to spend today eating lunch with some sailors and cut the cake for them. That was a really cool moment. That's something I never thought I would ever get to be a part of. And so now to bring NASCAR out here, a new market for us, right? We travel all over. We run 38 weekends a year, but we've never raced in San Diego. So it's really special for us to get to come out here and do it. I think we're pretty good at showing our patriotism every week, but this is going to be to another level next year in June.
Yeah, and you talk about being in a new market. There's probably a lot of new fans that you're going to gain from being here. What would you say to those fans that maybe aren't huge NASCAR fans now or are going to get in it because of this race?
I had some sailors today at lunch that have been longtime fans that already have their tickets reserved. I also had some that asked me who I was and wanted to know more about it. I gave them an autograph card, and we had lunch together, and they left saying, we're going to look you up, and we're going to look up tickets, and we'll see if there's other races we can get to at some point throughout the season. So I think that expanding our sport into markets, and with the current car we have, it's our 7th generation Cup car. We've had it for a couple of years now. We can take it on the streets. The old car really couldn't do that, and this car can. It's a cool time to be a NASCAR driver, I got to tell you.
And kind of elaborate on that for the folks that don't know the difference between your typical NASCAR race and these street races. What does it change for you as a driver?
Yeah, there's really endless things. One, trying to get the track prep done for our teams to know like all the bumps and everything that'll be in the racetrack on a track like Las Vegas we're going to race at this weekend. Mm-hmm. We know every granular detail about that racetrack. We've been going there twice a year for many years. We've scanned it. We have high definition resolution of the track scanned and modeled in our simulation models. This race out here at the Navy base will be actively being worked on all the way to the green flag. There'll be asphalt here, new asphalt. They'll be welding down manhole covers if there's any. That's what we've had in the past in Chicago. You know, the walls will be right up to the curbs of the street. So that we're kind of limited by roads and things that can't be moved on the base. And then sometimes they'll come in and put new asphalt down the week of. And we're learning when we fly out here and we walk around on the racetrack what it's going to be like.
I know you have been in San Diego for like maybe 2 hours, first time in your entire life too, but what have you thought about San Diego, and are you starting to be able to picture what it's going to be like to have NASCAR in this city?
No, it's going to be a whole different scene, I think, when we come to town. When our semi-haulers drive across the country from Charlotte, North Carolina, which I flew out here this morning. Yes, I've only been here a couple of hours, but when we get to town, we bring a presence with us, and we're proud of that, and it's a show. We know that. We're here to compete. Like, my job is to try to win the race, and my team, Trackhouse, we've got three cars, 2 teammates. Next year will be Connor Zilic and Shane Van Gisbergen. And Shane's won the last 5 road course races in a row this year. He only lost the first one way back at the beginning of this season. So these road course races are his specialty, coming over from V8 Supercars in Australia, and he's originally from New Zealand. So I think that the fans, when they come in, they're going to have to watch the 88. They're going to have to watch Shane up front going fast, and then just taking in the sights and sounds, the smells. We don't get good fuel mileage, okay? So we burn a lot of gas, we burn a lot of tire, a lot of rubber. We've got a smell to the race, and I think until you see that smell it for yourself in person and hear the sound of our 700 horsepower race cars, you've got to do it in person before you can really have an opinion of our sport.
And this may be a loaded question considering you've been here for 2 hours and you don't know the full course or anything yet, but what are your expectations of this race coming up in 2026?
Iconic, I think, is going to be the word that I could use. I can already see just by driving through the base, the aircraft carriers as the backdrop and our cars racing by in their shadows. I mean, we're going to be right up against the side of them. So it's really going to be I think a moment in time that we'll always remember. Whether we ever do it again, we know we're doing it in 2026 on Father's Day weekend, June 19th through the 21st, with all 3 of our top divisions, the trucks, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the Cup Series. Is really something that it's going to be a cool thing to be able to say, I was a driver in 2026 and I went to Coronado.
People may see this interview on CBS and get right into NASCAR right away. Say, I want to learn more as we prepare for this coming to San Diego. Now's a great time to jump into NASCAR. Postseason action, thrilling stuff. You were Ricky Bobby finishing backwards at points. Just give people a thought about where this season is right now and what's been so exciting about it. And maybe touch on finishing backwards too, because that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, we're in our playoffs, and it's been whittled down to 8 drivers. 8 teams have a chance at a championship this year. 1 month ago, there's 4 races. So there's 3 races in the round of 8 ahead of us, and I'm not in that anymore. Like you said, I crashed last week coming to the finish line, trying to pass a car. I needed 1 more spot to make it to the round of 8. Didn't get it. Did back across the line. It was to no benefit of me.
It was sweet, though. I'm going to say it was sweet.
So we're out, unfortunately, and that falls on my shoulders. But there's 8 teams, and for the next 3 weeks, they'll try to be the top 4 in points. Or if you win one of these next 3 races, you're automatically in the playoffs at Phoenix coming up in a month. So really, it all comes down to this. This is what we all worked for, and only 8 get to go do that now.
Wonderful time to jump into the sport if you haven't, and those that have know it's a wonderful time to be watching. Ross, anything I left out that you want to add about either the race coming to San Diego or this current season that I didn't touch on before I let you go?
I think that's it, man. We're racing in Las Vegas this weekend, so we'll keep racing. All the cars are still out there racing, and finish up our season strong. Where it's like I said about racing here next year, but just in general, it's a good time for NASCAR, and we're excited to come to San Diego next year.
Appreciate your time. There's going to be a lot of fans of the #1 car here in San Diego when you come back.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Ross.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.